Okay, what's up? SkiLLz Skills Accelerator, Poppin' Edition, Poppin' Todd. Working on some ground moves, tightening our belts, getting ready. All right, so ground moves, you know, a lot of people have their own foundation. I kind of have my own weird foundation. A lot of it centered on just kind of off balance, not necessarily doing too much fancy stuff with the legs, even though we'll definitely go over plenty of leg movements too. Hitting off balance kind of way. And so for example, boom, ah, boom, 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 ah. Okay, so when I say, doesn't necessarily have to be off balance, another way to flow to it, you know? So I rock, you know, back and forth sometimes. Boom, 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 ta, boom, ha. So let's just say we do that for a second. I go back, and so when I go back, let's say, there's two things we could do. I could go like this, boom, and it's like it's just going, as it goes back, it goes up. But I could also do this to a smaller degree, boom. So maybe I still kind of go back, but the last second, boom, I tighten up and contract a little bit. So it's like this, boom, and that way it's easiest for me to get a good hit. So that's what I do. So let's say again, right here, boom, 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 boom. Also be mindful, like, do you want a foot up? Do you want a foot down? So like this foot is doing the work. So that one is planted. This one's just chilling. I could have it here too. Boom, boom. But I just feel like having like that right now, okay? So as I go back, boom, I go in. Going back, both together. And then last second, boom. And then it just, that hit, at least for me, just slides right in place. And then, boom, 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 boom. So you can think of, dang, I wish I had I just thought of this hip hop move and I forgot the name of it. But you know, it's just boom, 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 hang, 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 hang. You know what I mean? So it's got that kind of bounce into it. Boom, 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 boom. Could be a little more mechanical with it. Boom, funky with it. Boom, boom, ha, ha. Okay, and so these are just some things, a couple things right there to start it off with how I get down with the ground moves. It's just, and you can see is through a lot of the stuff how I do it is just about getting into a position and figuring out what hit is best in that moment. And so still being able, because a lot of people are going to hit a lot softer, a lot weaker when they're on the ground. So these are ways you can hit. You can still hit really nice when you're on the ground. Just because the ground doesn't have to imply that your hitting is going to be whack. All right? So, boom, da, boom. So sometimes I also do a little bit of a bounce. Boom, 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 boom. So I just lifted up that leg, boom, boom. And just I took that as a moment. Once that landed, boom, boom. Just this hit right here. Boom, boom. Okay, still really simple legs, haven't turned, you know, to the side or anything like that. Everything's just really basic, but it's the hit is what gives it its essence. So let's go again. Boom, 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 boom. So one is I could land on the heel, go back, and it's like the heel stops me from moving back. I'm here, and then friction. I'm planting it a little bit. I can't do it too much because my weight's back here, but boom. See that? And this is a different vibe than this. This is that groove. Even though it's, yeah, even though it looks similar with the hit, it's different. This is definitely, it's got to go back. so that I can then go forward. Start in place. See that? There's something about it that it's got to go out, in. Okay, I've taught that in a previous lesson too, one of the original lessons in this Poppin' edition. And so think of it like this. So without hitting, this is like this natural motion. Whoa, chest out and then in. Going back, chest out and then in. So it's that same kind of science, except now instead of a rolling feeling, it's just a hit. Boom, pa, boom, 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 boom. Maybe a little rush, try to go that fast. But you see what I'm saying? Boom, 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 da, boom, boom, hey, hey. I guess I changed it up right there. But that's what I do, is I just play with different things, like I lift the leg up, lift the leg up, lift the back leg up, switch, and then just play with different ways of also just bouncing off of the foot. My God, my knees are so bruised from practicing ground moves this past week. Okay, so here we go again. So just, let's say without hits, what are just some simple, still just, I'm not gonna go to the side or anything yet, not traveling yet. Just if any traveling, it's only back and forward. But here's some things you can play. There's this rocking thing that makes it, that's a fun element. And so you can do the rocking with one leg catching it, but you can do the rocking also with just, yeah, still one leg. But what am I trying to say? One obviously goes back and the other just kind of stays in place, but the foot lifts up. And from that, it propels me forward. And that kind of creates just like this careless, relaxed flow to it. It's just one way. I do not have to be in this drunken, that's just like a few, that's just like one way of going about it. I can boom, 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 down, boom, 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 boom. Don't have to do the, I don't know what you call it, drunken flow, whatever I keep saying. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on a little more. That's how we get that through some basic movements though, and just hit comfortably. Boom, 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 boom. So another one is nothing's emphasized with the legs at all. Boom, 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 boom. And just as if I'm standing and I'm just emphasizing the upper body. Sometimes I will do that. So I'm weaving in between, moving the legs a little bit and then being either completely stationary or a little stationary or like moving just a little bit and emphasis straight up on upper body. So what I mean by that is so boom, just upper body. Here's a little bit of movement. Boom, 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 hey, boom, boom. See that? So now there's ways that I'm adding my arms just to go with the legs. Okay. Now here's just say I move the hips in some way, but the legs aren't moving at all. I could even do grooves just like as if I'm up top. It just, I don't have any forelegs, and I sometimes think of like that. Boom, 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 boom. Now let's get the legs a little bit into it. Boom, 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 boom. Think of ways that you can take a style standing up and just add it to what you're doing on the ground, okay? So there's just tons of ways. Like I just did the scarecrow too. Boom, 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 boom. And just play like with up and down, but then you also have, so hitting here and hitting there, but then you also, what am I trying to say here? Sometimes I go in between, okay? So let's add a little bit of that. So we're here, boom. So you got that movement, okay? This is just going down. This foot's wrapping here, But now instead of boom being super like this point, this point, this point, I like to mess around with the in-between zones. Not in the obvious, like here's the line, here's the line. We can also play with in between that. Boom, 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 boom. Just for example, with something that has nothing to do with ground moves. Okay, so what I mean by that, boom, boom. Now, boom, 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 boom. And just playing with that in-between zone, I then just move my upper body around it. Or I move my upper body with it. Boom, 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 boom. So sometimes I move the leg, I don't move the upper body. Sometimes I move the leg, boom, with the upper body, and they go together. Boom, boom, boom. So we got that just by itself. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the point A to point B. And now here is point A to point 8.5, I don't know, point A in the middle of A and B. Boom. And then here is with the body. Boom, 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 boom. Here separate from the body. Boom, 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 okay? What I was doing earlier, but didn't do this time yet, is now have the legs work together. Boom. So we got that one. So say for this one, ooh, foot's cramping. Okay, so for this one, boom, yeah, just see that one, that's the more common one. Boom, boom. Just as it's like, as it's coming up, I'm widening. As it's going down, boom, I'm narrowing the legs. Okay, so see all those variations? One was just this, boom, boom, between A and point B, all the way to A and B. And then it's kind of hard not to use your upper body, but you can still be isolated. Boom. Okay. Okay, just a little bit. And then if I move it, I can get full on commit to that point all the way. Boom. And then all the way out. Boom. Boom. Back. Whoop. Forward. Boom. Break that shit down. All right, see those different variations? Just play with that. Upper body, one leg, both legs. Upper body with one leg, upper body with both legs. And that is a lot of stuff right there just to play with on your own. And we're not even doing fancy ground moves, but it's how the whole thing's working together that can make it. To add some grooves, also just going deeper with the relationship with the upper body with the leg, I'm gonna do a simple leg movement first and then just show you how I add my upper body to it. All right. Now just doing little bits and pieces. Pause for a second. Okay, so I'm not doing a specific like pattern each time with my upper body, but it gives me that leg pattern gives me plenty with which to play. Let me double check. Are you on? Okay, you're on. Are you on what the leg is doing here? Nothing too crazy. Bring it out. Here, there. Back, boom. Now when I land, I'm not gonna land like that or at the same time. It's gonna be, this is gonna be the part of my body that stops me from going back any further. And then I'm gonna land it there. Typically it's gonna be kind of fast. Boom. But you could do it slow. Boom, 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 you know. Dun, dun, boom. Or fast. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 typically. Or 5, 6, 7, whatever. All right, so just for the legs, just for the legs. Not worrying about the upper body yet. Here, 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 and here. All right. Still not worrying much about the upper body. Maybe swing my arms with it. Okay? Now, some other upper body things to do. Boom, 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 boom. I kind of am matching, to some extent, twisting with the leg. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? I can do it without shoulder rolling. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Now with the shoulder roll, because I really like grooving with just like a single shoulder, so I do that while on the ground too. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Lean forward. Boom. Stay back here. Really emphasize that shoulder. So here's the shoulder, and then here's boom, up whole rib cage. Boom. And see how nicely that fits in with just me opening that leg, just pivoting on that heel. Boom, 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 boom. So that's the common one actually I'll do. Roll forward. Boom. Or go forward even with it. See that? Here. Boom. And here. Now, boom. It goes up and opens up. Forward. Boom. See that? That goes together nicely. These are just a few ways I can move. I could do that. I could go from below. Boom. Shoom. Boom. 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 Huh. Huh. Boom. Forward. Shoom. Chest out. Boom. Roll that back into the side. Boom. And see, nice little under shoulder roll. Shoulder rolling from here to there. Shoom. Oh shit. Hold up. Hold up. Boom. Okay. Yeah. I change it up every time. It really doesn't matter if it rolls from below or above. I mean below or from above. Just feel that out. Boom, 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 boom. And see, that's just one leg. And then we just bring two legs in there real fast. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And so, you know, not exactly the same exact leg movements. That was a more drawn out version, but then you can just, you know, just cut corners and just do that, you know. But here's a nice way to just draw it out a little more. Play with that. You can extend that too. Boom, pow, boom, 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 or boom, ha, and get it there quickly. You know? And so we haven't done any crazy stuff moving around, but you get good at something like that with a proper popping foundation, hitting foundation, feel when it should be going in or out. If you're using that method of mine, momentum hits. Yeah, let's do a short little routine now. Okay, that was dope. Here we go. Just getting fancy with one leg only. The left leg, okay? Showing you, it's a slightly different one that we just went over. Showing you how other ways to just move the upper body with it and get get funky with it. All right, here we go. When this beat kicks in. Screw it, we don't need a beat. Here we go. Boom, 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 doom, boom. That's the leg so far, okay? So before we went, okay, we did that. Now I'm just going straight into that, okay? Just another thing. Instead of any of that, just boom, in, forward, out, okay? Six, seven, eight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, upper body, okay? 1, 2. Mess it up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? or not. That's fine. I can do that. So it's kind of like it's guiding it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Or just boom, boom, boom. Just the hands are just guiding it. Boom, boom. A little bit of both. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Whatever you want. Boom, 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 boom. Upper body just kind of going with it. I'm hitting in every time right now. Boom. I could totally hit out right there. I'm still going to hit in because that's easy. I can do that twist going forward. Boom, boom. Okay, moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? All I'm thinking of here is it's a little hard. I'm compromising a little bit, but relatively keeping this parallel to what the facing this way on this line, so I'm kind of bringing it back that way. Might be compromising a little bit. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 ha, boom, boom. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's it. 7 and 8. I'm kind of lifting up 7 and 8. I got this rocking thing. 7 and 8. 7. Push on and 8. 7 and 8. All right. Leg up. Boom. Doing that. Let's do it again. Oh my God, my knees are so sore. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, see that? All right. Arms are doing nothing fancy. You can do whatever the hell you want with the arms. All right. Let's wait for that beat to kick in. Okay, but just see that. And 8. And 8. 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, pa, boom, 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 ha, boom, boom. Okay, see that? Makes sense? One more time. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Boom, boom, ha, boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right, and there you go. Show you a little freestyle now with some of that stuff. Let's let this short beat kick back in.